The more they talk about the Real Housewives of Orange County reunion, the more I don't understand Gretchen's excuses for liking hateful posts. So here's what's going on. First, Tamra Judge was recently on Jeff Lewis's radio show. She talked all about the reunion. Jeff Lewis made some really good points in them accusing Tamra of leaking storylines. He said it's not just the cast who knows the storylines for a season. It's their support system, it's production, it's all of the people behind the camera. He then went on to ask Tamra why production would allow this orchestrated attack. And Tamra said she wasn't sure unless production really thought that she did it. He went on to say that it was very hard, especially this accusation coming from a few people. Now, after the final part of the Real Housewives of Orange County reunion, did an AMA on her IG, and she talked all about those screenshots. First, Gretchen said that she does believe that Andy Cohen believes her, as he was very helpful, which she was very thankful of because this has been hard on her mental health. She also said that Slade wasn't the person behind that anonymous voice saying that Tamra was leaking storylines. Production wouldn't have allowed that. This person had to sign a release. And she says she didn't even know that that conversation was happening. Again, she wasn't talking to the ladies at this point. Gretchen also claims that we didn't hear this person's real voice because they were afraid of retaliation by Tamra. And then points out, look at what happened to her. Gretchen goes on to defend herself, saying that she followed both left and right-wing accounts during this time. That's how she received her news. She also claims that she didn't like over 200 posts and says the post that Tamra and Gina brought up was fake. The cyber analysis used the Wayback technology to figure that out. Now here's where Alexis Bellino enters the chat. Alexis was recently on Carlos King's podcast, and she actually said that this cyber analysis is friends with Slade and that he had been on Slade's podcast a few years ago. She also pointed out that IG isn't just going to hand over all of this information. They would have to be subpoenaed by law enforcement, which a cyber analysis or a PI can't do. Gretchen has taken to her IG stories to fire back at Alexis, saying that this report was not done by the private investigator that Alexis is talking about. It was done by a former CIA analysis, and that they had handed this report over to Bravo. I guess Gretchen hired two people to look into this because a few months ago she did an interview with The Sun all about these screenshots, saying she hired this private investigator to look into things, and they found that the screenshots were fake. In that article, Gretchen said that she never liked any posts, that these screenshots that were circulating the internet were all doctored, with the private investigator uncovered. I'm a little confused here on Gretchen's story because she keeps kind of going back and forth as to she didn't like posts and the screenshots are fake. She may have liked posts, not realizing when she's scrolling. Will say I am very curious to see what Bravo is going to do with Real Housewives of Orange County for the 20th season.